Cody Rhodes is the new WWE champion. What's up, WWE? Today with the weekly set review of Friday Night SmackDown. They kicked off the show with the newly won WWE Men's Elimination Chamber winner, Randy Orton. Randy Orton comes out and talks about how he's ready to main event WrestleMania again. It's been a long time since he's main evented WrestleMania. He's wrestled at 20 WrestleManias, but he's only main evented 2 of them. And he is ready to main event his 3rd. And he talks about how he earned his opportunity. It wasn't given to him. He earned it by winning that Elimination Chamber match. And he's ready to go on to WrestleMania. And he's ready to face either whoever wins tonight in the main event for the WWE Championship. Either Cody Rhodes, the challenger, or the champion, Drew McIntyre. He is ready to face either of them. Because he wants that number 15 WWE World title. He said he doesn't just want it. He needs it. Then Trick Williams music hits. Trick Williams comes down to the ring and starts running in his mouth, and bam, RKO by Randy Orton. Randy Orton lays out Trick Williams like it was nothing. Quick little RKO by Randy Orton. Randy Orton hits his little pose, and that is that. Then Carmelo Hayes puts his United States Championship on the line in an open challenge match against Hijo del Dr. Wagner Jr. I might have butchered that, but that is his name. He is a AAA champion. Not the AAA Mega Champion, but he is a AAA champion. And these two put on a pretty good match. I had never heard of Dr. Wagner Jr. From AAA. I don't really watch it, so I didn't know who he was. But overall, he put on a good match with Carmelo Hayes. Obviously, Carmelo Hayes ends up picking up the victory, retaining the United States Championship. Once again, putting on a great match every week, defending that United States title. Ever since Sami Zayn won that title, he brought back the John Cena open challenge thing. The United States title feels so much better and more important than the Intercontinental title on Raw when you barely have Dominic defended. Now Penta's champion, so hopefully it's just better. But Carmelo Hayes ends up retaining, hitting the nothing but net on Wagner Jr. and retaining the United States Championship. Pretty good match. I wonder who next week will be the match for the United States title will be about. Then Last Legend and Nia Jax had a very special red carpet style celebration of winning the women's tag titles. They had champagne and everything. And then they were rudely interrupted by Charlotte Flair and Alexa Bliss, and then Kiana James and Julia. They all start yapping about why they deserve to get a tag title shot. I was half paying attention to this segment, honestly. But it ended up setting up a women's number 1 contender tag title match between Charlotte Flair and Alexa Bliss. Charlotte Flair and Alexa Bliss versus Kiana James and Julia. Which I found interesting since that Julia is the Women's United States Champion. And they have her lose cleanly to Charlotte Flair and Alexa Bliss. I don't know I feel like the women's division for the tag titles right now is just like in a circle right now of a couple different tag teams of Alexa Bliss, Charlotte Flair, Rhea Ripley, Io Sky. I feel like that's kind of over now. And then now we're getting Nia Jax and Last Legend. It's just like it's the same thing. I feel like every week. I don't know, but Charlotte Flair and Alexa Bliss defeat Kiana James and Julia, and they are now the number 1 contenders for the tag titles. I don't know if that's going to be our main match or what. But yeah, Last Legend and Nia Jax's celebration was interrupted by everybody. And now Charlotte Flair and Alexa Bliss are your number 1 contenders for the women's tag titles. Then we had an absolutely insane men's tag team turmoil match with 5 different tag teams. We had Fraxium and Motor City Machine Guns started off. Which, this is like the first time I swear I've seen Motor City Machine Guns wrestle on TV in so long. And they lost right off the bat to Fraxium. I was not expecting that. I didn't really like that. But Fraxium picks up the victory. Then Los Garza was the next tag team to come out. So they took on Fraxium and they defeated Fraxium. So it was a turmoil match. So it was elimination style. So whenever a team was pinned, the next team came out. So Los Garza continues the tournament. And the White Six comes out. They have their full-blown entrance with everybody in the team, including Uncle Howdy and everything. They come down to the ring, and they start going at it with the Los Garzas, putting on a decent match. And then with the help of the MFTs, Los Garzas they move on into the turmoil match because the MFTs pretty much screw over the White Six, distracting them, which cost them the match. And before this match, a tag team that was randomly set up was R-Truth and Damian Priest was the last team to come out. And R-Truth and Damian Priest come out and take on Los Garzas in the finals. And shockingly enough, R-Truth and Damian Priest, a friendship that became a friendship through the Judgment Day and then over time they've continued their friendship. They win this tag team tournament of becoming the number one contenders for the tag titles. R-Truth, dressed as his childhood hero John Cena in his own way, completely bald now. And then Damian Priest hitting actually a big choke slam by just doing the Razor's Edge setup. But they did it at the exact same time, getting the pin 1, 2, 3. And they are now the number one contenders for the tag team championships. So at some point down the line, either next week or the week probably after that, they'll be facing the MFTs for the tag team championships. I gotta say, this is kind of crazy that they had this turmoil tag match and they didn't have the Street Profits. I'm like, we haven't seen the Street Profits on TV in so long. Like, what are they doing? They are actually a good tag team. I just don't like the idea of Damian Priest and R-Truth winning this because they're not a real tag team. But I guess as long as they don't win the tag titles. Then we had a face-off, a face-to-face face-off for the first time, promo battle since Rhea Ripley won the Women's Elimination Chamber, which was on last Saturday. On Monday Night Raw, she said goodbye to Io Sky and talking about how she's going to go to SmackDown and obviously face Jade Cargill at WrestleMania for the title. They go face-to-face, and this promo was very boring. They literally compared sizes of everything. They compared sizes of their arms, their legs, their hands. I'm like, what is this promo? And then Jade Cargill says, oh, blah, 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 because I'm that bitch. And then Rhea Ripley grabs the mic and talks about why she's that bitch. And she does the mic drop, same thing as Jade Cargill. This promo was so boring to me. And honestly, not even boring. It just was cringy. Jade Cargill was like, my arm's bigger, my shoulder's bigger, my hand's bigger, my legs are bigger. I'm like, I'm just waiting for him to say, my ass is bigger. I'm like, what is this promo? But Rhea Ripley did a better job kind of cleaning it up, saying how she's going to destroy her at WrestleMania for that Women's WWE Championship. But overall, this promo literally was a comparison promo. Their tweets were better than this promo, in my opinion. Their tweets, I know Jade Cargill apparently got in trouble and went all over the line on some stuff that she wasn't supposed to say. But that was way more entertaining than this promo, because this promo was mid. Hopefully the match at WrestleMania isn't mid. Then Johnny Gargano came out to the ring and pretty much was convinced by Candice LeRae to have a match. And he talks about how he's one of the best wrestlers. And then Oba Femu answered this open challenge of Johnny Gargano's. Comes out and absolutely destroys Johnny Gargano. Running to the middle, running to the the turnbuckles, just murdering Johnny Gargano with uppercuts. And then throws him in the ring, throws him up in the air, hits the ground, and hits him with that giant power bomb. Hitting, and then 1, 2, 3, squashing Johnny Gargano in probably 45 seconds. Oba Femi still dominating, looking like a beast. On Monday, he'll be facing Rusev, and I feel like that'll be his first good match on the main roster. But he continues just to wreak havoc on the main roster, dominating everybody. Then we saw Danhausen again. We saw him on Monday Night Raw, who he cursed Dominic Mysterio, and he lost that Intercontinental title. Danhausen met Nick Aldis and was telling him his list of demands, and one of them was he wanted a mentor. Well, The Miz has been trying to mentor people backstage and being a locker room leader. Well, Nick Aldis brought Danhausen to The Miz, and Miz was not very happy. But Danhausen seemed very happy to be having The Miz as his mentor, so maybe we'll get some Mizhausen, like Jericho-hausen in AEW. Maybe we'll get Mizhausen. I feel like The Miz is the perfect person to pair with Danhausen, and I feel like their chemistry will be pretty freaking good. Miz was not very happy, but then Danhausen disappeared once again, just like on Monday Night Raw. So I'm assuming this continues into the weeks of Mizhausen. Then it was main event time. Cody Rhodes and Drew McIntyre going one-on-one for the WWE Championship. Whoever wins goes on to WrestleMania 42 to face Randy Orton. And this match absolutely cooked. They had the quick commercial break right before the match started, and then it was commercial break free. A good 20-minute match on live television for free. Absolutely awesome. And the ref, Charles Robinson, took a bump. He got taken out, and it looked like Cody Rhodes had the match won. And there was no ref. The ref came in, and when Cody Rhodes turned around, he ate a Claymore by Drew McIntyre, but then Cody Rhodes kicks out, and Drew McIntyre was pissed. He gets up and headbutts the ref in the head, and then he goes down to ringside, grabs a steel chair. He's done with Cody Rhodes. He's had enough. He goes to the ring. He picks up the steel chair. He swings on Cody, and Jacob Fatu from behind grabs that steel chair and pulls it out of his hand, taking away the chance of Drew McIntyre trying to cheat. Then Charles Robinson gets up. Cody Rhodes hits the Super Cody Cutter, then hits the Crossroads. 1, 2, 3. We have a new undisputed WWE champion, the American Nightmare. Cody Rhodes is going on to WrestleMania 42, the main event WrestleMania, defending his WWE Championship against the one and only Randy Orton. You don't understand how excited I am for this match. I've been wanting a good Cody Rhodes Randy Orton match, like fight for the title, good feud for the title since Cody Rhodes returned to WWE at WrestleMania 38. And here we are, finally at WrestleMania 42. How many years later we're finally getting it? I've been wanting this for so long. I know we got the match for the finals of the King of the Ring, but it wasn't the same. We needed a blood feuded, like good blood feud for that WWE Championship, and we're finally gonna get it. I know we only have 5 weeks until WrestleMania, but I feel like Cody Rhodes and Randy Orton can do a lot in 5 weeks for the build to WrestleMania. I know some people are going to say that Drew McIntyre is screwed. I honestly think they just put the title on Drew McIntyre so you can have a little mix-up, a fun build to WrestleMania, 2-month little run. He defended it once, but I mean, Drew McIntyre is not completely getting screwed. Drew McIntyre versus Jacob Fatu, which will probably be the Mania match for them. I feel like that'll be actually a underrated match. I feel like that's going to be a really good match. But for the people saying we should have a triple threat or a fatal four-way, I understand it, but for WrestleMania, Cody Rhodes versus Randy Orton for the WWE title is way bigger than a fatal four-way because there's so much history between them, and I feel like they could put on an absolute banger, and I'm so freaking excited. Please, WWE, do not mess this up. This is one match I've wanted for so long. Do not mess this up. I mean, I literally shot out of my chair when Cody Rhodes won. I am literally so excited. So if you're upset, sucks to suck. Cody Rhodes versus Randy Orton is main event at WrestleMania, and it better be night 2 because this is better than CM Punk versus Roman Reigns. You heard me. So that is the setup review of Friday Night SmackDown. This SmackDown was a banger. They kicked off the show with Randy Orton having a great promo. They ended the show with Cody Rhodes winning the WWE Championship. The tag team turmoil match was pretty good. The U.S. title match was pretty good. I love Femu. The women's stuff was okay, but not terrible. So I'm going to give it a 4 out of 5 for this freaking Friday Night SmackDown. It was awesome. So thank you guys for watching. Go check out my Instagram, which is all lowercase JW Live. I highly appreciate that. Also, go check out my TikTok, which is lowercase JW_Live. Highly appreciate that as well. Make sure to like and follow like and subscribe to this YouTube channel. And make sure to hit that notification bell because we post every single day on this YouTube channel. Awesome wrestling figure content. And I'll see you guys in the next one. Cody Rhodes.